Today we're going to learn the halacha of if a baby has a rash, if you're allowed to put the cream on Shabbos on the baby. Obviously, you're not allowed to smear the cream because it's doing a machek. It's one of the lamates malachas. The question is if there is a way just to put it on from the tube directly and without smearing it. And whatever happens on its own or whatever, and the spots that he needs it, it's there, it would help him. And same thing would be during winter time. Many people have chopped hands, the cracks and the skin. You're not allowed to smear the cream because again it's not machak, but are you allowed just to put in the tube directly over there without smearing it? So there's something halachically maybe we could debate, but that's what the Rav Wosner in Shevet HaLevi he answered on this shaila. So Lamaisa, he goes more. He's more noita to give a heter, even though it's not a strong heter because he himself says, but the end of the truth, even the iron ba'alach you have to look more into it. But Lamaisa, he feels that that you should be l'choira allowed to do it. Now l'choira, there's two problems over here. And one problem that I mentioned, that's mamachek, you shmir. Then there's another problem. Even you don't do no malacha on Shabbos whatsoever, we're not allowed to do anything medical unless it's urgent. On Shabbos, even swallow a pill. There's no issue the right to swallow a pill. Chachamim said we should not do the gzeras shchikas samamonim. But the pshat, you might prepare, even though today more people, so more making because nobody prepares any medication at home. We buy them ready. It's sad heter, but originally this halacha also to take medication unless again it's urgent and some obviously some exceptions. That's midrabanan because you might prepare and then shchika samon with toichem. You're grinding them. That gezer the over here. Okay, if you're not gonna smear the cream, you're gonna just put from the tube directly and leave it the way it is for the baby or for you if you need it. But the chayr is another problem over here. The gezer of shchikas samamonim, if you're doing it for a fuah, it looks the gezer drabonon. Okay, the dinik de'arai say you're not over and mamachak because you're not mamachak. You're just putting it there from the tube. You're not smearing anything. But the chayr still should be in of a gezer of shchikas samamonim. So he covers those two. He says the chayr over here you could matir at b'mokem tsar of the baby, or the chayr he speaks more about it. But the chayr for the person also. That's what the way I'm gonna. Again, there's a whole masa of matan of it. I'm gonna just conclude what he says. If you have a little bit, if you could skip a day on Shabbos or wait till the Motzei Shabbos to put your cream on your hands, it's bad. If it's a tzorech gadol, somebody is bleeding, and by the way, that could be also a shtickle sakona also because if you have a cracked hands. And it's bleeding. If God forbid something gonna go in there, that's openings, could call cellulitis, could call other infections. It could be over there. It's more heter already. It becomes more urgent. Akoponim definitely he says b'mokim tzorich godel for a tzar of the baby. He's mamash he has a rash over there. Or you mamash did it, so you could without smearing you could just. That's his conclusion. Now. But before I go further, I just want to say we spoke the last shiur regarding using that soap that it converts to a foam in your hands on Shabbos. We said it's also mitzad moiled. According to this, what we just said now, there's another problem. If you take that foam and you smear it on your hand, it could be a problem of mamachik. So there's another problem. Even you're going to say you're going to work out the moiled, it's not a moiled, but if you take that foam soap and now it's like a solid piece sitting there, not moving anywhere, and you're going to now smear it on your hand, it's going to be mamachik. That's why definitely not to use that foam soap on Shabbos. Now, I just want to say regarding there's another detail on this halacha of another detail on this halacha of smearing on which oifen you allow to. The lashon of the Gemara and Shabbos Daf Yud Ches, the Gemara is telling this that you're allowed to put something to smear and put before Shabbos on your wound, and it's going to heal itself on Shabbos. Mashma of this Shabbos, you're not allowed to do it. So it says like this: That's what the lotion that the Torah narration on base. Ulaniach killer of al ha'ayin, to put cream killer over meaning if you put it somewhere, it's not going to go all over. It's going to stay the way it is solid. That's called over. It's a thick piece of cream. And your eyes, that's for healing of your eyes. Shabbos, you're not allowed to do it because it's called memareach. Moichek, smearing, it's moichek. Aval killer rach v'tzolul, if it's liquidish, very liquidish, it's clear, like the hand sanitizer we're going to talk about it now. He says, afilu b'Shabbos muter, not only Erev Shabbos you're allowed to do it and it should heal itself during Shabbos. Even on Shabbos you're allowed al gabei ha'ayin. So according to this, hand sanitizer, it's no problem whatsoever to use on Shabbos. It's clear. We're going to have another shiur on this. Rav Moshe is machmirin even on clear soap, a dish soap. It should be very diluted. That's by the way they sell in the stores Shabbos soap. They dilute it 8 times more like Rav Moshe wants, and then they charge you 8 times also more, even though it's mostly water over there. Anyway, but that's another shiur. We're going to talk about why Rav Moshe is so machmir on it, which is most poskim are making. Like it says right here over here, it says clearly, I will kill a rach v'tzolul, like dish soap, but rach v'tzolul, it's a liquidish. It's not thick. The Mele says you're allowed to do on Shabbos. Okay. Also, the Beis Yosef brings and Shin Chof Ches. The Beis Yosef brings from the Rosh. By the way, this is the Tur took it from his father, the Rosh. He elaborates more on this. Kosu Rosh v'Aran Zal. Umayre bekiller shu av dumya des pelanis. What they also do on Shabbos to put a shmir yourself or put something on your wound on Shabbos. Talk about a thick cream. Like these pelanis, like the patch you put on your hand. Hilker davke me'erev Shabbos, you're allowed to do it. But b'Shabbos also lanicha ala ayin mishum gzeras shchikas samamonim. That's again, he brings, even let's say you're not going to shmir, you're just going to put it there. If it's refuah, you might come to refuah. Oy, gzeras shema yimareach. Oh, he brings the second problem, which is you mentioned as the first one. You might come. Even you're going to put it there, but you might come to shmir it. So according to this, by the way, that's a shtickle kasha I have on the psak of the Shevet HaLevi. Mashma, even putting it on. And by the way, this is the lotion of the Tur in Reish Nun Beis. The lotion of the Tur, l'haniach killer. It doesn't say to shmir, l'haniach. To leave it there, it's allowed to. But the choyrem, so that's, by the way, this is a raya to the Shevet HaLevi. L'haniach, you're allowed to. That you are not choishes going to shmir. Over here, mashma, it says over here that from the Beis Yosef, the Lord Beis Yosef mashma, avo b'Shabbos also lanichoy al ha'ayin shchikas samamonim or gzeras shema yimareach. So from here, mashma l'choyer from the Beis Yosef, that would be also okay. There's something like he himself said they have to look more into it. B'shas hatzorech godol that you could rely on it. However, what I want to conclude about killer tzolul, you have something that's liquidish, like the sanitizer, hand sanitizer. Av b'Shabbos muter lanicha al gabei ha'ayin gabei chetshratum sheshoyren kil manicha al gabei ha'ayin b'Shabbos. The killer shu tzolul ena lekeroichetz eno. So it's not shaykh. First of all, mechika not shaykh over there. It's already the definition of mechika. You take something solid and you smear it. Over here, it's not solid. It's going on its own on your hand. It's liquidish, yeah. And also, it's not doesn't that you should refuah because people think you're just washing your hand, you're sanitizing your hand. Doesn't look refuah. It's a mele. So Lamai says like this. Lamai says, "B'shas tzorech godel." If it's for the baby or for an adult to put the cream without smearing it, yeah, just to put it on. B'shas tzorech godel. It's not. You could use it. If it's not tzorech godel, then you could skip it. And anything that liquidish, liquid soap, sanitizer, there's no problem whatsoever to use it on Shabbos. Yeah.